Hello, Nasdaq followers, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Bell. I'm your host, Lyanne Alfaro. We're coming to you live from Times Square, New York City, where you just saw Hologic ring the opening bell for the 14th consecutive year in a row here to kick off Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So joining me right now is Divisional President Pete Valenti. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit more about Hologic and how you're paving the way being a leader in detecting breast cancer and developing new innovations and technologies.
Well, first, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is such an important month for everyone. It's a time to both recognize those survivors as well as remember those who have lost their battle with breast cancer. And as an organization, Hologic sees itself as a global champion for women's health. And of course, our division is the leader in screening technology with our Genius 3D mammography exam, which actually can find up to 60% more invasive cancers while reducing unnecessary costs with recalls and things like that, up to 40%. So it's an important milestone every year where we can help drive awareness.
That's absolutely crucial, and those rates are amazing. Now, tell us, 14th year in a row, ringing the opening bell, kicking off Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You were just telling me a little bit off camera, you have a calendar full of events for the month and the year ahead. Why is this year such an important milestone?
Well, I think every year, we are making advances against breast cancer. The survival rates are getting better, but still 40,000 women a year die from breast cancer just in the US alone, and around the globe it could be around 600,000. Our employee base is very passionate. We're a mission-based organization, again, around championing women's health. But a disproportionate number of our employees are either breast cancer survivors or they've been touched in some way, whether it's family, friends, mothers, and in my case, I've had family, friends, and relatives who have faced this as well. So it's an important milestone for us to be able to make this battle and continue the battle and make improvements every year.
And certainly a very personal journey as well. Could you tell us what can we expect not only this month but in the year ahead for Hologic?
Well, when you look at what we've got going on right now, of course, it is driving awareness because the best way to deal with breast cancer is to catch it early. And so, of course, we drive awareness around screening mammograms. And we've once again partnered with 9-time Grammy Award winner Sheryl Crow, who's also a breast cancer survivor and a big believer in catching cancer early. She's been an amazing champion for driving awareness. Big focus on the underserved populations as well. I don't know if people know, but the survival and the mortality rates are much higher in inner cities among African American and Hispanic women. And so we've launched initiatives to help drive awareness as well as access to life-saving 3D mammograms. And this year we're also highlighting a big important innovation that came out a couple of years ago, but now is everywhere around the country, and that is our Smart Curve system, which actually, one of the big issues with mammography is women feel pain during the exam, and this significantly reduces the pain through the Smart Curve system. So there's over 1,000 in the US now. It's available pretty much everywhere. So women should not only look for the Genius 3D mammogram, but they should look for the Smart Curve system to reduce the pain that can come with a mammogram.
So not only are you developing new innovations to tackle breast cancer and breast cancer awareness, but you're also making it more accessible. What is the kind of impact that this has on patients? And what have you heard from patients?
Well, again, for a patient, finding cancer is never a fun moment, but when you find it early, your survival rate is amazing. But finding it in the late stage, it's a much more difficult battle. So our driving awareness is not something we're looking to get recognition for, but it's something we believe in so that patients can find the technologies. From an innovation front, we have a lot of innovations that we are doing as an organization. But most importantly, it is really across the breast continuum of care. We now have everything from the Genius 3D mammography screening exam all the way to breast surgery. And what's important about that is we're trying to drive better patient outcomes or survival while we're driving lower cost and improve patient satisfaction through those technologies. We did 11 product launches this past year alone from our division. And most of those are from internal R&D development. We have an amazing R&D team. But we also do some acquisitions. And this year, one of the products we acquired is called the BioZorb. And the BioZorb is an important part of the process. It's a marker, but it also comes in different sizes. So when a woman has a lumpectomy or a surgery like that, it leaves a cavity. What the BioZorb marker does is it fills the space, so cosmetically it looks better. But also, if you have to go back and retreat, you can focus right on the area. And one of the amazing things about the product is over time, it just absorbs away. It just goes away. So it's not something you have to have the rest of your life. So we're very excited about that continuum of care and the ability to affect outcomes reduce costs, and improve patient satisfaction.
So not only treating it at the moment of the detection of breast cancer, but also continuing with the patient throughout their journey afterwards.
That's our ultimate goal. So the biggest goal is that we don't have anybody losing their life to breast cancer eventually, and that's what we strive for.
Absolutely. So your products, which you mentioned, or your newest technologies, which you mentioned at the opening bell, including Smart Curve, where can patients find them, and how are they available?
So we do a lot of work digitally for patients to be able to find My Genius near me. So Genius 3D mammogram, again, that is the superior mammography exam. 60% improvement in detection of invasive cancers and up to a 40% reduction in recalls. It's also the only one approved to work for women with dense breast, which is a risk factor for cancer. So if you go find My Genius near me, or for the Smart Curve system, it's also on that locator, so you can find out where you can go for a more comfortable mammogram.
Perfect. So now people know where to go to find it. Now, Pete, let's take off our divisional president hat for a moment, and let's learn a little bit more about your work culture and how you operate as a leader. Tell us, what is important to you to be part of work culture? What do employees should they have at work?
Well, I think it's a very engaged organization. We should have a mission that everybody strives to be that's just beyond your job, but it's to make an impact in the world around us. And we have a very high energy culture, an organization of people who want to make that impact, who go above and beyond every day to do their best. And we try to acknowledge that in a very high energy, fun way, as well as we work hard. But it's important that we recognize the mission we're out to go get.
And you mentioned that employees are very engaged outside of work as well, attending breast cancer awareness.
So this month, there's so many breast cancer awareness events that our employees will attend, and we'll attend. I'll attend as many as I can as well. And these are walks. Again, it's about bringing awareness to getting your mammogram exam. It's also about recognizing those survivors and those lives that have been lost, so that way we can move on from the world of losing lives to preventing loss of life. And so our employees are very active in walks all over the country.
And Pete, when you're not at work, where can we find you?
Outdoors, doing something outdoors with my family, whether it's on a boat, in the yard, gardening, whatever it is. I just love being outdoors.
I love that. It seems we're going to get a very wonderful season. If today is any indication in New York City,
it's very warm October.
The weather still feels very warm, but
yes,
we're looking forward to it here. Pete, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Behind the Bell, and we look forward to having you back for your 15th.
Very exciting, Lyanne. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nasdaq followers, please stay tuned for more coverage coming to you right here from the Nasdaq market site. Until then, we're signing off.